Like I say too, and this isn't bragging. This is just simply stating facts. Like I say, I don't mean for this to come off as bragging, but the Japanese at one point in time would have done anything for me. The Russians, the Germans. Like I say, it was kind of a weird feeling knowing that I could order anything to be done. And my pilots, like I said, there was this one chemical plant somewhere in Germany or something like that, and it was suspected as being something or other. Those pilots flew in there and bombed the shit out of it, under heavy fire, so or something like that. There's two or three spots. I might be mistaken on that one. Anyway, there were a couple spots where people would tell me, "We don't care. We're going to do it anyway." Even if you don't want us to do it. Because there were like two or three things that I was like, nah, that's too dangerous. We're not doing it. And I actually even ordered them. I said, I'm ordering you not to do it. I'm not going to let you put yourself in harm's way. And they're like, no, it's free will. They said, no, it's our choice. We're doing it. And I was like, you're going to die. Anyway, there were two or three times when my people more than proved themselves as it didn't really matter. They were going to do something. When they set their mind to do something, they were going to do it. I was like, you're, I was like there were a couple times. There was even a couple times when I was begging my people not to. I said, don't do it. And they, like I say, I almost could cry just thinking about it because I couldn't explain it. I've made other videos about it where these people, they went there knowing that they were going to die. And it didn't really, I mean, I don't know. I like there were a couple people too when that I had really cared about. I mean, they had been the best generals, the best builders, the best workers. Like I said, I could almost cry just thinking about it because I mean, I really cared for these people. And there were a couple of times when they were going to do this thing anyway, and I couldn't stop them. I couldn't stop them. Anyway, um, they said, "You're there. We're here. We're doing it." So I even ordered them. I said, so we're not going to follow that order. Anyway, it was one of those things. When I was in power. There were a couple of times when I ordered people not to do things because it would most likely end in death, and they did it anyway. They decided, they made a choice. So anyway, yeah, like I said, I don't say it braggingly. In fact, there were times when I cried about it because I don't know. Like I say, being who I was as a great leader and so loved and so everything inspired people, I guess. Anyway, yeah, it was strange. People just seemed to be willing to sacrifice themselves for the future, for the children, for me, for their wife and kids. Money didn't matter. I don't know. One person might have said maybe it was one too many drunken nights. They just had summed up their existence and made a choice. Anyway, yeah. So, like I say, being a leader being a true leader, being whatever I was before, at times put me in a different situation. Like I say, I don't say it braggingly that my people would die for me. No, not at all. No. Certain people realize that. I guess they came into the understanding of some portion of my existence, or at least some portion of what America was. There are people that it wasn't the money, it wasn't for the drugs or the women. I don't know. Maybe it was just to be part of something greater than themselves. I mean, drones and insects, well, that was just their calling for the hive. But humans, well, I didn't expect it. Anyway, yeah, I mean, like I said, I ordered them not to. Interesting. So. Anyway, yeah, so there were times, definitely. I don't even know where I was going with this. Like I said, I tried to protect my pilots as much as I could. Try and get them. There's a reason why pilots were so highly paid. I just set their pay high. But of course, the planes that they were flying were pretty expensive. Not that that really mattered. Like I said, I actually yelled at someone because they seemed to care more about the plane or whatever. And I said, I don't care about the plane. And pilots knew that. I mean, they were expensive, yeah, sure. But we could build another one. I used to know the statistics. I used to keep track of the death. I stopped counting after a while. I say some people would say that I didn't know or I didn't care or something like that. It's like, of course I cared. I mean, any moron could tell from the ejection seats and on how like some of the Vulcan airplanes have like 6 hatches. Someone cared. One training flight that went bad. People were maybe pinned. So I might have gone a little overboard on that one. You know. So yeah, well. You know, there weren't that many aircraft. So yeah. I mean, I get track of it. I don't know, you know, I mean, I guess I'm just falling over myself right now. I could use a drink. Some days I understood what the pilots meant after a while. After they're like, we could use a drink. It's like, I understand why now. I mean, as a child, I didn't really always understand. But actually, it was funny. One day, there was that day when I was like, so this is what they mean when they say I could use a drink. Because I was like 9 years old. I was like, I could use a drink. Because I just could. I was like, wow, so that's what they mean by that. Because it's just, you know. Anyway. Because I actually spent like 5 or 6 years or 7 years wondering what they meant by, but like, what do they mean by they could use a drink? And then that one day came when I understood what they meant. Yeah, you know. Kind of weird. It's definitely kind of weird. Kind of weird now. I mean, 40 years later. So many things have changed. And like if people saw or knew where we were when I was first born, they wouldn't even understand or comprehend it. It's like reality went